Welcome back, guys. This is the Quick Flow Show, and this is episode number 2, where we are going to get the show ready to crank. Okay, we're going to start off by draining the fuel from the gas tank. We are going to then pull the spark plugs, check those if they are in decent shape, and we are also going to use a fogger that coats the cylinder walls and lubricates the piston rings. That way when we crank the car for the first time, they won't scratch up the walls and leave any metal shavings in there. Stay tuned, because somewhere in this episode there's going to be a surprise. I'm going to reveal a secret about the car that I have not yet. So I had to take about 45 minutes to just locate the keys for the car, something I hadn't even thought about until I tried to open the door so I could pop the gas lid. But I found them, and we are going to get started. Okay, so guys, I wasn't 100% sure when I bought this little kit to drain the fuel out, but my suspicions were confirmed. I went ahead and put this hose down into the fuel fill hole, and the car's new enough for it to have the check valve at the bottom, so we cannot siphon the fuel out of here, which is a little bit of a bummer because I was a little excited. So we're going to take that out and close it back up. So instead, with that kit, we got a few pieces that I'm going to make work. We have, almost looks like the end of a bicycle tire pump. Came in the kit, and it just has a little T-fitting here, and the hose also came with the kit. And there's a few other pieces here that I didn't use, so this also, I'm not even sure. Anyways, what we're going to do with this is take it over here to the engine, right here on the top of the engine, connected to the fuel rail, right there. We have a pressure release valve right here, and it's kind of like a bicycle tire again. It has, or car tire also, has a little black cover on there. You unscrew it, and you unscrew it, and there you go. Just a little cap. Okay, here I have a line hooked up to my fuel pressure release valve, and I just have it hooked up and going down to the gas tank here. Okay, so what I had to do here, I actually bought a battery for the car, but it was too big when it was sitting down in there. It actually hung over this edge here and was leaning on this pulley here. So I took it back out, and for the purposes of moving forward and not coming to a halt, I went ahead and took some jumper cables, hooked the positive to the positive, negative to negative, and I'm going to run them to a very dead battery that I had sitting around, but I do have it hooked up to a battery charger. So I'm gonna hook it up to here. It'll give the car a little power. That way I can use the fuel pump to push the fuel out of the connection on the fuel rail instead of having to actually use a hand pump. And the way we're going to do that is by hooking this positive and negative up. See, we got the positive and the negative And now we have juice from the house to the charger to the dead battery to the car. And we're gonna bypass the fuel pump relay and trick it into thinking that it's priming the fuel rail. And by that I mean when you turn your key on to the on position, not to the crank position, but to the on position, the car pressurizes the fuel rail. It takes about 2 seconds. You turn it on, you hear zzz, and then it stops. That's just putting pressure in the fuel rails. And what I'm going to do is bypass the relay so it just constantly is pushing fuel out. We're going to fill up the small gas tanks and empty the car's gas tank. And I'm going to go ahead and drain some fuel out. Okay guys, we just burnt the last of the fuel and I'm back in the garage. Now for this surprise that I promised you, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it to you, and I hope you guys enjoy it. What I did was gave the show some Lambo doors. Now, not only did I do that, I actually, if you can tell here, almost cut 6 inches off the bottom of the door right here. So, not only did I Lambo the door, I cut 6 inches off the bottom. And what I did with that 6 inches was welded it on to make it a part of the car. So you actually have to step into the car. This down here is solid. It still needs a little bit of work, but I added the rail here and put the trim on there. So when I close the door, it's all nice and sealed up. Now, if that wasn't enough, I went ahead and decided to do the back doors too, because at that time, the only thing I could find was pictures and they looked photoshopped. So I figured I'd be one of the first to actually do it on all 4 doors. That was, well, 7 years ago. So I did it on the back door also. So you could say my Taurus has wings. So this is the surprise for this episode. I thought it was kind of cool. Let me know what you guys think about it. Post in the comments below. Hit that like button. And subscribe. That way you'll know when episode 3 comes out. Alright guys, in the first episode I had asked you a couple questions. I wanted to see if you guys could guess the size of the rim and then also the width. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the size and show you the width. The size of the rim is right here. You got a 285/30 ZR20, and that 20 here stands for 20 inches. Alright, right there. And we're gonna come out, and the tire stops right there. So we are at 11.5 inches. So we have a 20-inch rim, and it is 11 inches wide, which is quite a bit wider than the stock rims. It does have a 5-inch lip. Which is one of the things that I really liked I wanted to get that big lip on both the front and the back. A lot of the cars have a bigger lip in the back and a smaller one in the front. I wanted both of them to be the same size since I was going to do the fender flares. Alright guys, I was just about to get started on pulling the spark plugs out. You can see I already pulled this first. Wire out, and I went to go get my spark plug socket, and it's nowhere to be found. So I'm at a standstill for tonight. I'd run to AutoZone, but it's like 12:30 a.m. So we'll go ahead and just leave it for, I'll run in the morning and get me a socket. That way I can pull those out and we can fog the cylinders. I did, however, find another goodie bag. I was cleaning out the front of the car and found a little bag with a whole bunch of goodies in it. You know, when I go to the store or you have an idea, if I find something, I just pick it up if it's a little something. So here, I got a little air dam. I don't know, might incorporate it somewhere, might not. You know, you never know. Might look good somewhere. Who knows? So I got 2 of those. I remember buying those. I got this arrow blinkers, which I was going to mold into the front bumper. Or maybe, you know, right here on the fender flare, something like that. So this is just another little fun project. I got the high-tech, let's see if we can get that so you can see what we got here. High-tech 4-plate button switch, so it's nice and flat, so I can mount it inside and connect 4 things to it. The reason I did that was because, well, you know what? I'm not going to show you that yet because that could be a surprise for another episode. But apparently I have a OBD scanner here. I don't know, I haven't found it yet. I must have bought that in the past too. Found some scissors. Found some soldering, solder in this bag. A little push button. Never know. Might be able to use that one day. There was a screwdriver. Yeah. Can never have enough of those. So that's always handy to have. And some silicone, some alcohol wipes. But the kicker is there was also a receipt in the bag. And it's really light because it's faded. But right, let's see. Right. Oh, there it is. Kind of good. 08/24/2009. So I must have gotten this little haul here right around that time. 2009, people. You see how long this stuff has been sitting? So it is 2017 now. It's crazy. But I keep finding these little goodie bags, and it reminds me of things that I wanted to do and might still do. Okay guys, it is Sunday morning, and I ran to Advanced Auto to grab a spark plug socket, an extension. I also got a couple gallons of gas and a jug of coolant just in case I needed any. And now I'm gonna just jump right in, get these spark plugs out of here so we can fog the cylinders. So I'm super geeked. And I'm gonna just show you the running engine for a little bit. Here it is. Alright guys, well I hope you guys are excited as I am. We're going to end this episode here. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to talk a little louder. We're going to end this episode here, and we'll see what's in store for the next episode. You guys don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little golden bell next to the subscribe button. Lets you know when I put out a new video. Alright guys, peace.